Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, full speed ahead. The Valley Line West LRT enters the final phase of accelerated work. Receipt reversal. The Premier says she was confused about her government's new expense policy and changes will be considered. And just for kids, Fringe performances for the festival's youngest audience.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
The city's final phase of ramped-up construction on the Valley Line West LRT is now underway. It means a major West End intersection will be partially closed for about 9 weeks. The builder says it will be worth it. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports.
The city is marking the final phase of accelerated work on the Valley Line West LRT. The intersection at Stony Plain Road and 149th Street is now partially closed to traffic. It's expected to last 9 weeks.
I prefer it to be done quicker. It was a pain to have the intersection closed, but it seemed to help move it along.
Further east, Stony Plain Road at 142nd Street is now open after 2 months of partial closures.
It's kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off. We can do it quickly and be done with it, or it can be phased out over a long period of time.
Crews will be working overnight to remove sidewalks and roadways, install streetlights and traffic signals.
The city's allowed us to shut down these major intersections so that we can kind of just work the whole thing through. It gives us a lot more space and it lets us get the work done a lot quicker.
Last week, the first rail vehicle for the Valley Line West arrived in the city. Tracks are starting to be put in place, marking one step closer to the finish line.
The landscape will go in, the remainder track will go in, the overhead wires will go in, and it'll be very much a real thing, just as it is for the people in Southeast Edmonton that have the LRT already today.
While work is being done, ETS Route 7 will face some detours. One business says the closures are frustrating.
Between patients being not able to make their appointments and even just for us arriving late too, I know that a lot of businesses around here have been suffering.
The city says the construction headache will be worth it in the end.
We're doing what we can every day. We listen to the complaints or the comments from the public, and we try to react as quickly as we can.
You'll have people to be able to come, take transit, walk right off the train, have a cup of coffee, go to a restaurant.
Full construction is expected to be done in 2028, followed by testing before the line opens. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Some Air Canada flights out of Edmonton International Airport are now being cancelled in preparation for an airline strike. 10,000 flight attendants could walk off the job at 11 o'clock tonight, followed by a company-imposed lockout that will ground all Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge flights. The airline is expecting to cancel around 500 flights by the end of today in anticipation of the work stoppage. The union, representing Air Canada flight attendants, has rejected binding arbitration, hoping to settle its labor dispute at the bargaining table. If you're flying Air Canada, Edmonton International advises seeking the latest communication from the airline and checking your flight status before heading to the airport. The Confederacy of Treaty 6 First Nations is applying for intervenor status in an upcoming judicial review. Yesterday, a judge ruled a referendum question on Alberta separation must have its constitutionality scrutinized. The ruling means the separatist group, Alberta Prosperity Project, cannot collect signatures to get its question on a ballot until after the review. In a statement, the Confederacy says, quote, "We will continue our unchanging opposition to separatist rhetoric and the idea that Alberta could consider separating from Canada." It adds the push for separation is a direct violation of treaty, which are legally binding contracts. Chiefs from Treaty 8 met with Premier Danielle Smith and some of her cabinet in Slave Lake today. The Grand Chief was asked about his Treaty 6 peers' decision to intervene in the review.
We commend them for that. We are looking at other areas as well, whether we legally challenge it or not. The problem with these bills, a lot of times, they haven't impacted our rights yet.
The chief says his group discussed many topics with the Premier and ministers, like the importance of partnering with First Nations at the beginning of major energy projects. He's also pressing the government to give First Nations more agency in areas like healthcare, children and family services, and environmental stewardship. A traveling panel collecting feedback on Alberta's grievances with Ottawa faced its largest crowd yet in Edmonton last night. Panelists struggled to keep the crowd on topic as outrage spilled over with interruptions and challenges to the government's agenda. CTV's Merrick DeCash reports.
We, as Albertans, must be able to respectfully debate and discuss these issues here with our friends, with our family, with their neighbours.
Premier Danielle Smith, along with 15 members of her Alberta Next panel, were in Edmonton on Thursday night, fielding questions and concerns from Albertans. It didn't take long for things to get tense.
And my response to the question is actually, and all 6 questions on the agenda tonight, is that Alberta doesn't really want you doing this right now. We don't want this.
Greg Oldring was the second person to come up to the microphone.
We're concerned about health, education, and the poverty that we're seeing, that our neighbors are living under tarps. And here we are talking about transfer payments and things that just don't move the needle for Albertans.
Others showed appreciation for an opportunity to address the Premier face-to-face.
Leaders in our community that are on this panel are here tonight when I think a lot of people would rather be on the golf course or on their deck having dinner, and they're here.
Some speakers took the opportunity to call out the Premier.
So, Danielle Smith, do you agree that Alberta should remain in Canada? And will you sign this petition?
Smith responded by calling out the federal government.
So they should have the same respect for our jurisdiction as we do for theirs, is what I would say. So yes, I do believe in a united Canada and an Alberta sovereign within it.
6 topics were discussed, including abandoning the CPP for an Alberta pension plan, a provincial police force to replace the RCMP, and immigration. Protesters were stationed outside the event.
This is a propaganda tour, and actually it's a pre-election campaign for Danielle Smith, and it's a waste of money.
The Alberta Next panel will hold 2 more town halls at the end of August, one in Lloydminster and the other in Fort McMurray. Merrick DeCash, CTV News, Edmonton.
And during last night's town hall, Smith said she was confused about a new government expense policy. It removes a requirement for herself, ministers, and political staffers to publicly share receipts for expenses of more than $100.
The issue that the Cabinet discussed was that there are a number of my ministers who go to the same hotels when they're frequenting different municipalities, and they just wanted the name of the hotel redacted, just in case people were tracking them down and following. That was what the policy was supposed to be. It turned out to be something quite different.
The new policy came into effect on Friday before the August long weekend. Smith says she will be discussing it with her cabinet Tuesday to figure out what happened and a plan for a reversal. The normally raucous home of the Edmonton Oilers is undergoing a funky transformation for tomorrow night. The ice may be out, but the skates will still be worn when Rogers Place is transformed into the city's largest roller disco. The first of its kind event will feature upbeat music, lighting effects, and of course, a giant disco ball scoreboard. Organizers say they're looking forward to offering a different kind of experience at Rogers Place.
We're really trying to grow that and provide different events for things to come into the arena throughout the year, and for different groups of people that maybe don't usually get the opportunity or haven't had the opportunity to come in, and just really trying to diversify our programming inside and outside the arena.
The Saturday Night Fever Fun kicks off with a family skate from 3 until 5, and the over 18 Boogie Down runs from 6 until 8. Tickets are available online. Well, Josh, I hope you got your roller skates ready. Might be quite a few people taking in the roller disco if the weather from today continues into tomorrow.
You know, it's going to be a little lot nicer tomorrow than it was today. You had rain rolling through the area through most of this afternoon. Look at these temperatures. We get to 13 for a daytime high. We backed off to 11. Well, we're back up to 12 now that the steadier rain has started to move off to the east. There's your wind out of the southeast, about 15. We'll see wind 15 to 20. Occasionally some gusts to around 30 through the remainder of this evening. So if you're planning on taking in the Elks game this evening, the rain's going to be out of here. It'll be cloudy and cool, a little bit of a breeze, but the rain should be gone. 8 degrees this morning. That's 4 degrees cooler than average. 13 for a high today, 10 degrees cooler than average. But we're back closer to average tomorrow, as we should get to about 20 or 21 for a daytime high. There is some more rain that will come through, it looks like, overnight tonight. But we're going to get a break for a while. Here's what was going through this afternoon. Heaviest, steadiest rain in the darker greens, now off to the east. So you can see there's a couple little spotty showers around parts of the city, and then a break, and then a few more scattered showers. But all of the really organized rainfall is now out of here. And so for the rest of at least the evening hours, should be just cloudy skies. Now, once you get to about midnight and into the overnight period, there is another chance of seeing some showers go through. We'll drop to about 9 degrees for a low tomorrow morning. Then mostly cloudy, high of 21, and a chance of some thunderstorms around supper time tomorrow. Potential for some severe thunderstorms. We'll talk more about that in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, hospital visit. Students in Edmonton learning what it's like to work in Alberta's healthcare system.
We really love getting the opportunity to share and brag about the work that we do here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Peter Cash and Jenna Winterburn from 104.9 Virgin Radio, and we need your help to send some kids back to school with some fresh new kicks.
That is right. Join us right here at Kingsway Mall on Saturday, August 16th, as we collect new shoes in support of Cara Family Resources Center's Kicks for Kids campaign.
Now, we're going to be here from noon to 4. Drop off a new unused pair of shoes and help us walk towards a brighter future, one step at a time.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A little bit of rain today isn't dampening spirits at the Edmonton International Fringe Festival. It's the first day of performances and the first day of Fringe just for kids. CTV's Nav Sangha joins us now from Old Strathcona. So, Nav, it's been raining out there today, but the kids still showed up.
You bet they did, Matt. The gray skies, wind, and rain didn't stop kids from enjoying all the activities and performances at this year's Kids Fringe. Edmonton's International Fringe Festival welcomed some of its youngest audience members this morning.
And we have a ton of kids here already. We just finished cutting the ribbon and officially opening the whole festival, so we're very excited.
The festival is full of activities for kids, like making crafts, playing games, and just plain fooling around.
Like, what do you like to do when you come here? Yeah, what's your favorite part? The ball pit, doing yoga.
Ball pit.
The ball pit.
And I'm also excited to turn in this and get a free popsicle.
There's also opportunities to learn new things. These kids are getting their first yoga lesson. These little ones learning some Indigenous hoop dancing moves.
Good job. It's amazing. It's so interactive, and this is the best part of being a parent.
But of course, the main attraction are the live performances, and there will be many throughout the next 10 days.
I hope that they can maybe see themselves on stage, maybe see like the next generation of our fringers here at the festival who are going to keep coming back and maybe do a show themselves one day here at Fringe.
The last time when that man was juggling plates, I was a little scared.
It's a great time for the kids and also fun for the parents.
I don't want to say I called in sick, but I called in sick today.
It's a great festival. It's amazing that it's been going on for so many years, and hopefully it continues.
How does it feel to be here and spend some time with your mom, having fun?
Good.
Last year, the festival had more than 13,000 people attend, and organizers expect even more people this year. Now, the festival closes every day at 5:30. It is free, and it is funded by monthly donors. Matt?
All right, CTV's Nav Sangha in Old Strathcona outside of the Fringe tonight. Thank you. Hospital workers are showing high school students what it takes to do their job. Grade 9 to 12 students spent the day at the Royal Alexandra Hospital working directly with Alberta Health Services employees. They learned about the different types of careers within healthcare, from the front lines to IT roles and corporate positions. About 60 students stopped by the Royal Alex Medical Device Processing Department, where all surgical tools are sterilized.
We really love getting the opportunity to share and brag about the work that we do here.
We usually see everything with like the nurses and the doctors, but it's nice to see all the people working behind those people, and the hospital wouldn't work without them, so I guess it's a pretty cool experience.
The event aims to give students the opportunity to see firsthand the wide range of jobs available in the healthcare system. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Kicking It for Kids, how the Ooks soccer team is helping more young athletes join the sport.
We're really looking to see how we can give back to the community.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
It out against their arch rivals in the Battle of Alberta. Here's a chance. Junior Nelson Jr. And they're going to Vancouver.
The Edmonton Stingers tipped off against the Calgary Surge last night in a do-or-die playoff game. Edmonton had the lead going into the break, but Calgary seized momentum in the third quarter and went on to win 103-95. The Surge will now get ready to take on the Vancouver Bandits tomorrow in the West semifinal. The NAIT women's soccer team is hosting a tournament this weekend to collect donations for kids in need. The Ooks exhibition series will feature high-level teams from colleges and universities across Alberta and BC. People are asked to donate soccer shoes and equipment or cash for Sports Central. The organization helps kids access the equipment and gear they need to play.
We're really looking to see how we can give back to the community. It's very important for us as a varsity program at NAIT to be able to recognize that we can be a part of something bigger than just the sport that we play.
The tournament runs tonight through Sunday at Millennium Place in Sherwood Park. You definitely want a pair of cleats on, Josh. If you're out on the pitch today, you'd probably be sliding all over the grass without a pair.
Or maybe the grounds crew does not want you out there, so you're not tearing it up. Either way, the rain is pretty much behind us, and it'll be awfully spotty and hit and miss for the precipitation either overnight tonight or, again, late tomorrow and late Sunday. It is chilly out there, though. Cloudy skies. As you look through the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam, Action Furnace, fixed rider, it's free. It's 12 degrees. After hitting 13 for a high today. 17 in Fort McMurray, it's 19 in Grand Prairie, and 20 in Peace River. So even just to the south in Red Deer, 19. But look at Lloydminster's at 11, 12 here in Edmonton, because that's where the rain has been through most of the last couple of hours, and that has held temperatures down. Still coming down around Elk Point, back across towards Smoky Lake. Looks like it'll start to lift north of the Lloydminster area here over the next little bit, and then back behind and off to the west of the Edmonton area, it's pretty scattered precipitation. So the steadier rain moves off to the east. Cloudy for the rest of this evening. Hit and miss shower possible through the early to mid-evening hours. And then some of this stuff starts to come through overnight. So you can see by 10 p.m., it's still just cloudy in the area. But around midnight, 1 a.m., through the overnight period, there is a chance for a few scattered showers. Tomorrow morning, 7, 8 a.m. This is all well to the north of us. Peace River, southeast towards Cold Lake. So it'll be a cloudy start to the day, another cool start to the day in single digits again. And then in the afternoon, we start to see some showers and thunderstorms bubbling up. And somewhere in the 5 to 8 p.m. time frame around Edmonton and off to the north, pretty good chance for some isolated thunderstorms and the potential for some severe thunderstorms. So pay close attention to any watches and warnings that get issued late in the day tomorrow. As we said, it's 5 to 8 p.m.-ish for Edmonton. Once you get into the evening hours, though, that risk pushes a little closer to the Cold Lake region, so it'll be more like an evening chance there. An afternoon or early evening shower thunderstorm risk again on Sunday, although that one looks a little less likely than tomorrow. It's probably more north of the city than what we could see tomorrow. 9 to 12 for morning lows across most of the province tomorrow morning. Back into the 14-degree range for Fort McMurray. 20-ish for Grand Prairie, Peace River, as well as the Whitecourt areas. About 24 into Red Deer tomorrow. And here in Edmonton, cool start at 9 degrees, but cloudy skies will give way to a little bit of sun breaking through in the afternoon. We're back above 20 for the first time in a couple of days. High at 21 tomorrow afternoon with that chance of some scattered thunderstorms around supper time. The VIP prize deadline is midnight tonight. You could win the BMW convertible or $100,000 cash. It's all a way to help support the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation. Go to MightyMillionsLottery.com before midnight tonight if you want in on the VIP prize and the grand prize. 21 degrees tomorrow, 24s and 25s for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday as we get back to around or slightly above average through the end of the weekend and the first half of next week.
All right, Josh, thank you. When we return, a behind the farm look, how you can experience what life is like on an Alberta farm this weekend.
They can be this close to the cattle. They can hold baby chicks that just hatched a couple of days ago.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Coming up on CTV News, what to be prepared for if Air Canada flight attendants strike. Also ahead, how an Alberta group says people can help make skies safer for birds. And he runs on a treadmill 24/7 outside of a building on Highway 2, why the running man is now taking a much-needed break. Those stories and more on CTV News beginning at 5:30. Farmers and ranchers across Alberta are inviting you to open farm days. This weekend is all about learning what it takes to get food from the farm to your table. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more.
The Wasilic family and their farm animals are getting ready to showcase what makes the Chatsworth farm so special.
We have chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, so you get a very good view of a mixed farm, especially the way farming used to be.
The second-generation family farm is one of many across the province, welcoming visitors over the weekend. They've spent countless hours preparing.
Getting all the items in place, moving all the pens around, setting up all the signage, moving bales around, making the yard, giving it that final polish.
In 2020, the Chatsworth farm offered virtual tours of their property. People were hooked and wanted more. The province says agritourism is growing in popularity. With open farm days, people can experience it up close.
Not a lot of people are connected with farms or where their food comes from, so this really gives people the chance to experience it. They can be this close to the cattle. They can hold baby chicks that just hatched a couple of days ago.
Johanna Wasilic grew up in New York City. She traded her office job for a more quiet life on the farm 15 minutes north of Vermilion.
I completely understand everyone who comes out here, and especially for the first time, and says, I have no idea of the work that's involved.
Now she's on the other side, educating people on Alberta agriculture.
For us, it's really about making the whole event one big circle in terms of the cycle of how our farm works.
And enjoy the perks of being on a farm. From cows to geese, chicks, and muddy pigs.
There's Aggie, that one's, you've got to watch out for her when you're giving her food and water because she gets a bit snappy.
Activities get underway Saturday at 11 a.m. And there's something for all ages. Your Vermilion, Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News.
That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.